What is up, you wonderful people? Yes, we are back. The KBR show is back with yours truly, King Buddy Ray. I know it's been a minute since we have done this. I've been a little busy, but if you haven't noticed, it is very, very cold outside and very, very icy and snowy. Case in point, the background behind me, this was a picture taken 2 weeks ago in Fort Myers, Florida. The temperature was 90 degrees at the time of this picture, so I figured it'd be fitting because I don't like the cold at all. And no, it's not just because I am 140 pounds soaking wet. That is not why. But we are back. We're going to start doing these again probably 3 or 4 times a week, depending on how busy I get. As some of you know, I've picked up reffing basketball. I've really enjoyed that. My first year doing that has been great. The Bucks won another title to end the summer of 2025, back-to-back champs. Great stuff there. Lots has happened in the sports world, even to just start 2026. It's nuts. But yesterday we had NFL. It is Super Bowl 60 in 2 weeks now. But we are going to start with the recap of the games yesterday. Yes, I know people are probably going to come at me and be like, you picked the Eagles and they lost to the 49ers. And then the 49ers got spanked by the Seahawks. But, hey, we can't all get the picks right. That's why it's called a pick and not a guarantee. But first, we're going to recap yesterday. Broncos versus Patriots. Patriots, first-year head coach. Second-year quarterback. Sean Payton, great coach. Great defense. But, no Bo Nix. Jared Stidham. What would happen? It would almost be a tale of two halves. Tale of two games almost. Went from no snow in the first 2.5, almost 3 quarters, to in the beginning of the fourth quarter, you could barely see the field, which played dividends, in my opinion, to the Patriots because Denver couldn't throw the ball because the Patriots were wearing all white. And mixed in with the snow, that makes it a little hard. Take that how you want it. But the snow played dividends, but Jared Stidham just couldn't get it done. It was really a tale of two games. What defense would make a play, what offense would make a mistake, what special teams would make a mistake first. It was the lowest scoring game in a playoff game since 2017 when the Jags beat the Bills and Josh Allen 10-7. So how would this game go? Whereas we know the Patriots won 10-7. Mike Vrabel makes the Super Bowl with the Patriots. Patriots' 12th time in the Super Bowl. Mike Vrabel's third. First as a coach, 2 as a player. It's awesome. Mr. Robert Kraft. He is a very crafty man. So we'll see what happens in the Super Bowl for them. But let's recap the game. The Broncos should have kicked the field goal in the second. I kind of said that to myself. Kind of put a little bug in my ear to pay attention to that for the end of the game. Could have been a 10-0 lead in the second, but they went for it. Didn't get it. But they had plenty of other chances, obviously, and we'll get into that. Denver did not start well at all. They started 3 and out on the first drive. Looked very bad. My buddy from work, Jerry Martin, shout out to you, my friend, texted me, said, this didn't look good. And then I respond back after that, take that. Jared Stidham told you to zip it. But Denver started on a 3 and out. Not a good start at all. But the Pats did the same thing. Defenses, first 2 drives, came to play. But Denver got the ball back. Second drive, touchdown on 5 plays. The rest of the game was like this for Denver. Turnover on downs. Fumble, a.k.a. backwards pass. Some didn't think it was, but off replay it was. Live, it could have been iffy, but with replay, I think they got it right. Denver punted the ball 4 times after that drive and missed 2 field goals. 2 field goals. One was like a 63-yarder. One was a 37. Probably should have made it, but the weather played dividends there, so they had a chance there. What really was the difference in the game was that fumble. It gave the Patriots the ball inside the red zone, and the Patriots scored. So, New England came to play. I doubted them. The defense showed up for New England. Drake May made plays when he had to, got the touchdown, thankfully, with the help of the defense, giving him the ball in the red zone, made it very easy. Very, very easy. Here's some final stats from that game. Not very pretty at all, but the snow obviously is going to make a huge difference in that there. Drake May was 10 of 21 for 86 yards with a QBR of 62. Jared Stidham, man, he actually didn't, the stat line's not awful. 17 of 31 for 133 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and then 1 fumble, aka the backwards pass. And the interception came late when they were trying to get the ball down the field on their last drive to score. Rushing, Stevenson led the way with 25 carries for 75 yards. The Patriots had 141 yards total on the ground. Denver only had 79 yards, and 37 of those went to R.J. Harvey with 13 carries. Stidham was really running for his life in the backfield. He got pressured on more than 35% of his dropbacks. So more than 1 out of every 3 dropbacks, he was getting pressured. Case in point, that's not good. You don't want to get rushed, especially being a starter for the first time in about 2.5 years. Not good at all. Definitely first time this season. Receiving, New England, Diggs led the way with 5 catches for 17 yards. Lots of screen plays, lots of short dumps to him in the snow. Denver, Mims had 4 for 62 yards. 2 turnovers played. Key for Denver was really the difference was the 1 turnover. The second one, yeah, it made a difference because it ended the game. But the first one played the huge difference. And as they say, defense wins championships. Denver's defense showed up, but New England's defense showed up a little bit bigger and got the turnovers needed to win the game. The battle of the snow, the battle of the defense. And unlike the regular season, New England defense showed up and played better today. As I said earlier, pressuring Stidham on 35% of his dropbacks. So New England reaches Super Bowl 60, number 12 for the Patriots and owner Robert Kraft. First-year head coach Mike Vrabel, who came over from the Titans. Why the heck the Titans got rid of him? Hey, doing good now. But, hey, to each their own, I guess. And then second-year quarterback Drake May. It's the year of the 2024 draft class. You had Drake May, second year, he's in the Super Bowl. You had Jaden Daniels last year make it to the championship game. You had Caleb Williams this year, had another very good season. You had Bo Nix, led his team to the championship, and in my opinion, probably would have made the Super Bowl if he would have played in this game. But as the one and only Fred Hill says, you still got to play the game. So it isn't a guarantee, but you need to take that how you want it. So New England is to host. Not to host. Wow, Zach. Is to travel to San Francisco to play the Seahawks or the Rams. We will see. That was the second game of the night yesterday. Battle 3 of the season for the Seahawks versus Rams. They are in the same division. Defense. Seattle's defense, number 1 in scoring. But the Rams said, not so fast again. They put up 38 on them back in Week 16. Will they do the same today? We shall see. We'll see what happens. The game started with a 3-and-out by the Rams. Then the Seahawks, quick 7-play drive for 81 yards with a touchdown. The Rams responded with a field goal, though. They drove it down to like the 17-yard line, but couldn't go any further, got the field goal. Then the Seattle comes back with a field goal on a long 12-play, 9-minute drive to end the first quarter. Rams come back again, drive the ball inside the red zone again, but can't put it in for 6. You got to get 6 if you want to win games any time of the year, especially in the postseason. They get a field goal, move the ball early, but next, the Seahawks punt it on their next play, and then the Rams get the ball back, putting the touchdown on the board, taking the lead 13-10 there. Then the Hawks had another 3-and-out, but the Seahawks would get the ball back at the end of the half and score a touchdown, taking the lead into halftime. First half looks, Sam Darnold, would he shut up the haters? Would he play well today? Would he make Minnesota regret trading him or letting him go, rather? Would they make it regret? He won 14 games for them last year. He's won another 16 this year. He had a killer first half, setting up Jackson Smith-Njigba, just him alone, 7 of 9 for 1 touchdown. Darnold had a really big first half. The Seahawks were leading 17-13 at the end of the half. The Rams, they had a decent first half, really moved the ball well between the 20s. But once they got inside that red zone, they couldn't really do anything after that. Could the Seahawks build on the lead in the third? Or would the Rams come back? We will see. The half started with the Seahawks 3 and out. But they punted. The Rams go catch it around the 15 inside of their 20. And they muff it. And the Seahawks recover. And then 2 plays later, put the ball into the end zone. But the Rams then, right after that, responded with a quick 4-play drive with a touchdown pass to Davante Adams to seal that off. But the Seahawks then respond with the Cooper Kupp touchdown, keeping the scoring at 31-20 midway through the third quarter. Rams ended the third quarter with a 34-yard touchdown to Puka Nacua, bringing it to a 4-point game. In my opinion, they should have went for 2. It was a 4-point game. You go for 2 there, get the 2. It's a 3-point game. You miss it, it's 5. You still need a touchdown, 4v5. You need a touchdown either way. You can't make a 4-point play in football. You can in basketball, though. But what ended up happening is no scoring in the fourth quarter. So going for 2 there really didn't matter. It didn't really change anything. Except late. Rams get the ball late. Stafford and the Rams get the ball at the 16, it was. They throw the ball near the midfield. Have no timeouts. Puka Nacua gets tackled in bounds to end the game. What I'm going back to here is, 1, you should have had a timeout. Should always save at least 1 timeout, but that's besides the fact. You go for 2 earlier in the third quarter here, Sean McVay. You only need 3. If Puka goes out of bounds and or you have a timeout, 64-yard field goal. Could have happened. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But just thinking about that, play dividends into that. Defense has showed up a little bit in the fourth quarter. Didn't really show up all game, though. But Darnold showed up the haters, including myself. He's won games, but he hadn't won in the playoffs till this year. Darnold, season high, 25-36 for 346 with 3 touchdowns. But Matthew Stafford said, "Hold my beer." He was 22 of 35 for 374 with 3 touchdowns in his own right. The rushing, K'Ron Williams had 10 for 39. Seattle, Kayvon Walker had 19 for 62. One key thing, it was a key thing in this game as well, the turnover battle. 1 turnover makes the difference in this game. 1 turnover makes the difference in the Patriots Denver game as well. But in this game, that muff punt, after that muff punt, they sat their punt returner, put in their starting runner back, K'Ron Williams. He fair caught every single punt after that. Granted, they were all inside the 15, but that played dividends. He didn't return it because he hadn't been doing it all year. Hadn't felt safe doing it. So that did play dividends in some field position battle a little bit there. So it could have played dividends, but the biggest difference, muff punt in this game, turnovers. Normally win games all year long, yet alone in the postseason. Both defenses didn't really show up. Number 1 scoring defense. Not so much in this game, Seattle. So got to tighten that up for next game. Both quarterbacks played well. Turnover made the biggest difference there, in my opinion. Super Bowl preview. Both first-year coaches for both teams. The Mike and Mike Bowl. Or Mike and Mike in the Morning. My favorite show growing up as a kid. Shout out Mike Golick in down by Notre Dame. Drawing a blank on the city real quick. Sorry, Chris Amos. But awesome guy. Took him a Jeep a couple years back when Notre Dame lost to Marshall. That was funny. But, great guy. Great show. But the Mike and Mike Bowl. 2 first-year coaches. Second-year quarterback, Drake May. forgotten about Sam Darnold, but he is the first to make a Super Bowl from the 2018 draft class of Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, and himself. So what will happen? Defense show up? Will the Patriots beat another top 5 defense? They've already beaten the Chargers, top 5 defense. They beat the Broncos, top 5 defense. They beat the Texans, top 5 defense. Number 1 scoring defense, except for yesterday. Seattle, can they beat them? We shall see. We'll do a full pod later this week, probably Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Shooting one of those days, depending on how some sports stuff plays out during the week. But we'll see what happens. Probably Friday or Saturday. I'm thinking about college football. Big take on that on Wednesday. But Friday, Saturday, a big preview for the Super Bowl, the Mike and Mike Bowl, or the Marshawn Lynch run the ball game. If you know, you know. But now on to one of my favorite sports other than County League baseball, basketball. Lots of stuff has changed to start the new year. SGA is still the guy. Luka's still putting up points. But the Thunder have kind of settled down a little bit. They are still in first place, but they've settled down. The Spurs have kind of settled down. The West is wide open right now, if you want to be completely honest. The Thunder are still deep. They're dealing with some injuries. Spurs pretty deep, dealing with some injuries. But the biggest thing is Denver. My hot take in the NBA, as of now, it may change. A healthy Denver team can compete with SGA and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Denver is in third in the West and is missing Nikola Jokic. Jamal Murray plays like every other night. Sometimes less than that. They're missing Aaron Gordon. They're missing Cam Johnson. Christian Braun. I just named 5 people. 4 of them are starters every night. Christian Braun starts most nights. So, take that how you want it. I think they can compete with the Thunder. The Knicks have also been on a downfall as well. They are 18-7 since winning the NBA. 8-11 since winning the NBA Cup, and they were 18-7 beforehand. They've kind of, instead of flattening out, they fell down. What is it, Mike Brown? What is it? Can you not coach? Was Sacramento right in letting you go, which I didn't think they were? Were they right? We'll see. I personally think it's because you haven't been playing Kolek and Jordan Clarkson, but that's just my thing. The Knicks did beat the 76ers this past Saturday, though. Their first back-to-back win of the new year. So we'll see what happens there. Now enough about the negative of the NBA season. Who is hot right now in the NBA? That is the Paperclips, the Los Angeles Clippers. Hottest team since Christmas. They are 14-3 in their last 17 games after probably one of their worst starts in franchise history. They're a real good team. They started 6-21. They've got Bradley Beal. He hasn't really been playing though, so we'll throw him off to the side for a little bit. Kawhi Leonard, Chris Dunn, Zubac, Nicholas Batum, James Harden. They've got a team. They've got a good coach in Ty Lue. If they get hot and stay hot, and they are hot, they could be a tough out. A fully healthy Nuggets could be a tough out. The Lakers, they've got the offense, but their defense is a roller coaster. We'll see what happens. But we'll take a look at the NBA standings real quick. We'll do more NBA stuff later this week. The East, Pistons are in first. Celtics, no Jason Tatum, no problem. No Kristaps Porzingis, no problem. No Al Horford, no problem. They're in second, 6 games back. Then you got the Raptors, the Knicks, the Cavs, 76ers. East is wide open, in my opinion. Wide open. It's not as tight top to bottom. You've got the Pistons, the Celtics, the Knicks, and the Sixers, if they can stay healthy. And that's about it. But then you look at the West. Man. You got the Thunder, you got the Spurs, you got the Nuggets in third, and they're not healthy. They're missing 4 starters, which is nuts. And then you got the Rockets. Fred VanVleet's going to play huge dividends to them late in the year. It's not hurting them too much. And then you got the Lakers. But the biggest surprise in the West right now is the Suns. KD left for Houston. Bradley Beal went to the Clippers. And D-Book, still doing it. Him and Grayson Allen. and Josh Okogie. Biggest surprise to me. And another big surprise is who's in 7th right behind them, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I thought they should have been a top 3 team to start the year, but hey, I think letting go of Nickeil Alexander-Walker to the Hawks was the biggest thing. And you got the Warriors behind them, and then the Blazers, and then after the hot start to the 2026 calendar year, the paper clips are there. Trade deadline is in a little over a week. It's on the 5th. What will happen? What will go down? Nothing's really happened yet. It doesn't really happen until 2 or 3 days before normally. Will the Greek Freak get traded? He did say at the beginning of the year he wanted to stay in Milwaukee, but it's not looking likely during some of his post-game interviews. Will Glass Davis, a.k.a. Anthony Davis, if you know, you know, will he get traded? Will Ja Morant get traded? Mr. Ja 3 himself, will he get traded? He's not really too happy in Memphis right now. Who will make a move? Will the Thunder unload on one of their draft picks and go after somebody? Probably not, because Sam Presti is a great GM and has made great draft picks, so that probably definitely won't happen. But you never know. It could. But who will make a move? Will the Celtics make a move and pick up somebody to help them make a deep run in May? Will the Lakers trade some pieces and get a defensive stopper to help to get their defense? They've got scoring. They've got Luka. They've got AR when he's healthy. They've got LeBron James, the GOAT. Yeah, come at me later, Chip Glover. We'll talk about it. But who will make a move? My midseason MVPs right now is SGA. Drops 30 a night. Plays some defense. And then Luka probably right behind him. Will the Mavs make a move up in the standings with a healthy Kyrie projected to come back late February, early March? Will it make a difference, or are they too far out of it? We shall see. But tonight in the sports world, guys, 2 big games. So why it's cold outside, last I checked it, I think it's supposed to be like 5 degrees here in about like 2 hours. It's currently 5 o'clock. Let's look at the weather right now. It's currently 18 degrees. But when that sun goes down, at 8 o'clock, it's supposed to be 7. You heard it right, 7. A number you can't wear in basketball unless you're in the NBA. 7. 7 degrees. So stay inside, watch some basketball. You got Duke, number 4, hosting number 20 Louisville. Then you got the number 1 team in all of the land, the Arizona Wildcats, going down to face the top freshman in the league, and AJ Batanza, probably the number 1 draft pick in BYU. Who will win? We will see. I've got Duke. As much as my Tar Heel heart hates to say it, I think Duke's going to take down Louisville. But I think Batanza and the BYU Cougars are going to upset the Arizona Wildcats tonight. Should be a fun one. Those are on ESPN at 7 o'clock with Duke and 9 o'clock with the Arizona game. If you're a golf fan, I'm drawing a blank on the name. The Inside Golf stuff is tonight on ESPN2 as well, so that should be fun. The Australian Open tonight as well. If you're like me, can't sleep and or wake up early like sometimes I prefer to do, you got some Australian Open matchups. Mr. Zverev from Germany, number 3, takes on the American top 25 Leonard 10-9. Novak Djokovic, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, has tonight off because his opponent 2 days ago decided to forfeit. So he gets night off, which will play key to him having one less game to play, in my opinion. The ladies, the American ladies, stepping it up. 6 to 8 of them are from the U.S. of the 8 left. Tonight, the number 1, Sabalenka, takes on the American Jovic. Number 3, Coco Gauff, takes on the Sweden number 13 seed, Svetlana. Something to watch tonight if you're into it. Or they rerun them around 10 o'clock in the morning as well. So lots on the docket tonight. Please stay inside. It is extremely cold. I'm looking at the weather because it's still on my phone in front of me. It's supposed to be 0 degrees at 5 a.m. in the morning, -1 at 6 a.m., and -2 at 7. So don't go outside. Stay inside tonight. Grab yourself some warm chocolate milk, some hot chocolate, make some popcorn, make your favorite snack, watch some college basketball, watch some golf, stay up late like me, watch some tennis, Read a book. Do a podcast. Play video games if you're into that. Watch a movie with your loved ones. Hug your kids a little tighter. But don't go outside. 1, because it's cold. 2, the roads are probably bad. I don't know. I haven't been out, obviously. But it's cold. Roads are probably going to be icy if they aren't already. So stay inside. Do something fun. Watch a movie. Have a good night. And last but certainly not least, your positive thought of the day. Wake up each day with a fresh start. Forget what happened or didn't happen the day before. Start each day brand new. Make it yours. Do what you're called to do. Go love on someone. Go believe in yourself. And go be you. No matter what others say, go be you. You know what is right. You know what is wrong. Go love on one another. We need more love in this world. And that leads us to the verse of the day. From Psalms 31, 23 through 25. Love the Lord, all his faithful people. The Lord preserves those who are true to him, but the proud he pays back in full. Be strong and take heart, and all hope in the Lord. Thank you for joining another podcast of the KBR Show. We'll see you on Wednesday with another episode. We'll talk some sports. We'll talk college football and the changes of that. We'll recap the sports from tonight and from Tuesday night as well. And of course, we'll have another positive thought, another verse of the day. Thank you for joining again. I look forward to doing these more often again. And until next time, this is yours truly, King Buddy Ray, signing off. And as always, go Bucks.